on him. I want to one more turn. It'll welcome up.
Morning, sir. Good yourself? Oh, well, hell, somebody's doing well.
Since we talked yesterday, Country House is out now. In addition to in fact, somebody had a clever line on Twitter. They said, Country House is the first Derby winner to skip the Preakness since Maximum Security. I thought it was clever.
That's funny.
Yeah. But anyways, does that change anything to you, from your perspective?
Not really. It's going to be a tough race either way. I mean, there's some good horses that are still going to run back in there, and the ones that are coming off that skip the Derby are nice horses as well. It's not going to be a giveaway at all. It'll be a tough race.
And one thing I'd forgotten about when we talked yesterday, you said you're sort of, maybe second guessing yourself about not entering, but the idea of entering to at best be post 20. But you had posted on Twitter pictures of a cut over his eye too, and I gathered that was also a factor.
Yeah, he had a pretty significant cut over his eye, and I think that. That was set up so that he couldn't even take the stitches out till Derby Day. So that was going to kind of be nip and tuck. We just felt like we were better off, and it looked like things weren't really coming together to enter anyway. So we opted not to. But when they had the second scratch, I'm not going to deny I had a little knot in my stomach. I thought, wow, maybe I should have put him in, but you couldn't turn back. It was a done deal.
How did he get the cut?
He evidently reared up in the stall and hit his head on one of the rafters.
Horses are very creative about finding ways to change your schedule for them.
Always something.
What are the characteristics that you've been in a lot of Triple Crown races that you see in him that you like going into the Preakness?
Well, he's a nice steady horse. He's been extremely sound, knock wood, and he's done everything we've asked him to do from the beginning. Other than that string halt where he's got an unusual gait and behind when he walks, he is a really great horse to be around, eats super, and pretty low maintenance.
How would you describe to lay people what it's called, string halt? Or
string halt. He's got a kind of a hitch in his right hind that he's done for really all his life. He did it when he was a yearling, and so when he walks, he has this unusual walk, but it's not it's not a galloping or workings lameness or anything like that. It's simply I don't even know how to explain it to people in layman's terms.
I've seen it before, but is it just the way some horses do? Is there any cause of it that?
It's got to do with a ligament or a nerve in the back leg. Yeah, honestly, I can't really.
But it doesn't in any way impact. Looking at his race record, you'd have to say it doesn't.
No.
Impact.
It doesn't bother him at all.
Is it a matter with him with the light bulb coming on, or just him continuing to progress?
I think the added distance is a big deal for him. I think he wants more ground. He was certainly going to get more ground in these races, and I think even further than a mile on an ace, even better for this colt. Timing's everything, and the mile and 3/16 at Baltimore ought to hit him right in the head.
And then you're looking ahead to the.
Yeah, I'm plan all along has been one of these races, and then back in the Belmont. So it's setting up pretty ideal.
And I just get the impression you really love this horse.
Oh, I love him. I love him. He's a nice. I got on his grandfather, Sky Mesa, and the minute I got on him in Saratoga, I told Kenny, I said, man, this horse travels just like Sky Mesa. And when we look at breeding, Sky Mesa is his grandfather. And I love him. He's great. he's the most smartest horse I've ever been on in my life. You know, his personality is unbelievable. His disposition is unbelievable. Nothing bothers this horse. And I've been on a lot of good horses, but I love him. I think he'll do great, and we'll see.